Cthulhu Jack.
Listening to the Coffy soundtrack as I tap away this review on my keys, I reminisce one of many things blaxploitation films gave us during the 70s, the grooving, funky tunes that told their own stories of the time, where main characters and even the baddies such as King George have their own theme song as they cruise onto the scene. We'll get to that cape later. Coffy from 1973 propelled actress Pam Grier from her earlier work, which first caught the many eyes of this Cthulhu god. She was always caged up in these earlier flicks, written by director Jack Hill and an uncredited Pam Grier. Coffy, on the other hand, lets Pam loose as a vengeful killer vigilante.
This is the end of your rotten life, you motherfucking dope pusher!
Who also works as a nurse. Ironically, as did Pam's mom in real life. Through the eyes of the statuesque beauty, we follow Coffy on the exploitive journey through pimps, hoes, drug dealers, corrupt politicians, and cops, where she maneuvers her way into these various taboos in order to work her way up to kill the main baddie, Arturo Vitroni, who is the kingpin on all operations going on, including the pimp daddy himself, King George, who Coffy befriends in order to poison his drug well in revenge for her sister's hook on smack at 11 years old. King George, played by Robert DoQui, is quite the character in this film. His entrance alone is one of the best and unforgettable. This cat has some style. He and Coffy's relationship is what you'd think. Of course, King George has many lady friends of the night, but his main squeeze Meg, played to strung out and jealous perfection by Linda Haynes, is not having it with Coffy moving into her territory. Of course, what erupts is an amazing catfight between Coffy and all of King George's working gals. In the end, Coffy beats the heck out of all of them, with Meg receiving the worst, all sliced up from razor blades that Coffy sneaks into her gorgeous afro early on. On a side note, Pam Grier came up with the idea about hiding weapons in her hair.
She's like a wild animal. Got to have that girl, George. Tonight.
Coffy's actions lead her to Vitroni, who becomes all hot and bothered with her as she tries to take him out. Things decline for her here as she's taken on a, quote, ride along with Omar.
Can't you read the sign on the package? It says smoking is dangerous to your health.
Played by the House of a Thousand Corpses alum Haig.
Hello, King. Hop in, let's talk.
Personally, I think Haig's character in this is more deplorable than his Captain Spaulding. Coffy manages to escape Omar's handsy attempts by stabbing him viciously in the neck with a makeshift pin she forged earlier. This leads to a pretty hair-raising chase that leads one cop smeared as roadkill and the other as a crispy critter. Coffy is not done there. No, she steals a shotgun from the crispy cop, then a car from an unsuspecting John to drive back to Vitroni's lair to finish what she started. The bloodshed continues, so I won't spoil the total ending. Pam Grier delivers a natural performance as Coffy as she marches through to fulfill her mission, never deterring.
Look, I ain't gonna shoot you.
A believable and vulnerable strong female lead that risks her own self-preservation to protect the one she loves as well as others during the drug epidemic of the time. Now, if you go in thinking this film is PG, the first 5 minutes will clarify that it ain't. Coffy is a bloody, sadistic revenge film from an era that did not shy away from skin and taboos. There are scenes that are hard to watch. I'm looking at you, Haig.
You're going to be very funny.
But I think it's extraordinarily important film of the time, and to revisit now more than ever. Pam Grier is sensational and a legend that I never get tired of watching. Until next time.
What the hell's going on around here?
Love is for Lovecraft this February, 25% off store-wide at our Etsy shop. 158 5-star reviews with 440 sales and counting. So click links below to be notified. Many thanks for the support, and Hail Cthulhu!